Which we are at the top of the 3 o'clock hour. I want to bring you up to date as to what is happening outside. We've had, of course, our fair share of rain and thunderstorms throughout the course of today. Hence, earlier today, we did issue a weather authority alert day that will last through this evening. May be able to be canceled before midnight, but certainly we're in the thick of it right now with heavy rain, thunder and lightning, wind, and potentially even a little bit of hail. So the thought process behind this alert day is the potential for some localized flooding, the opportunity for strong to severe thunderstorms, both of which we have seen today, and it looks like conditions are gradually going to improve here as we head throughout the course of the evening. But again, a weather authority alert day is in effect for the rest of this afternoon into at least part of the evening. Want to bring you up to date that we do indeed have a flash flood warning in effect for mainly Montgomery County, a little small sliver of Roanoke County as well. This flash flood warning again in effect here for about the next 6 hours or so. Locations impacted include Christiansburg and Blacksburg. Of course, Virginia Tech is hosting Purdue. That game is having a very hard time getting underway because of all the thunder and lightning that has been around the stadium so far. But again, a flash flood warning is in effect for most portions of Montgomery County and a small sliver of Roanoke County. This is where we've seen several inches of rain, and it continues to fall pretty heavily as we speak. The good news is at least the threat for thunderstorms will be leaving Montgomery County here pretty soon, at least for the time being. Maybe more to come here as we head a little bit later on today. Here's a look at, as we expand the picture a little bit more for you, you'll notice certainly portions of Roanoke. The Roanoke Valley seeing some heavy rain. Been very wet here at the TV station, wet in downtown, wet at the airport, wet in Hollins, wet in Vinton, wet in Bonsack, wet at Cave Spring, wet along 460, wet along 220. The showers, the thunderstorms have certainly been impacting Roanoke here for the last couple of hours or so. You're also seeing some pretty nasty weather northbound into 311. Into Newcastle and Craig County. Simmonsville seeing some heavier downpours as well. Daleville getting quite wet too. As we go further north, you'll notice some heavy rain and some strong thunderstorms impacting Clifton Forge, also areas in and around Covington, points north and south of Covington seeing some very heavy rain right along Highway 18, of course, right along Interstate 64 and Highway 220 seeing some rain showers as well. The rain is a little bit heavier in Allegheny County on 220 than it is in Botetourt County, say near Eagle Rock. Again, you go northbound from Covington into the Highlands and you've got some really nasty weather heading into Bath County. Right now, it looks like Hot Springs, you may be in a little bit of a lull, but you've got rain all around you. So the rain is going to be picking up again here very soon if you're watching us at the homestead. The rain showers are a little bit lighter as you head northbound into Monterey and Highland County. You need to know that all these showers and thunderstorms are pushing to the north at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Northbound movement 15 to 25. Some cells have been moving 30 miles per hour. You'll notice that there has been a lot of lightning showing up in these zooms, a lot of red, a lot of orange showing up, an indicator of very heavy rain. And again, of course, we've also had some wind and hail throughout the course of the day as well. We've had several severe thunderstorm warnings. National Weather Service doesn't issue severe thunderstorm warnings for heavy rain or for thunder and lightning. They do it because of wind and hail. And we certainly have had some wind in some of these storms today, and even some hail as well. You'll notice that we are seeing heavier downpours right now along Interstate 77, going from Wythe County into Carroll County. Right now, raining very heavily in Hillsville, Fancy Gap, Cana, seeing some pretty heavy rain. Rain certainly heavier in Hillsville than it is in Galax right now. And as we expand the picture a little bit more and show you the entirety of the viewing area, it continues to pour down rain, unfortunately, on the Blue Rick Rock Festival. It's been a very wet go of it at the Virginia International Raceway here for the last couple of days, off and on. And it continues to pour down rain right now. Right along the North Carolina-Virginia border in areas south of South Boston, where, of course, you've got the Rock Fest happening. Raining cats and dogs as we speak in South Boston, and the rain is likely going to be picking up for you folks in Charlotte Courthouse here relatively soon. Maybe a little bit of a break from the rain in Danville, but you are not done yet. Why? Because we've got more showers and thunderstorms coming at us from North Carolina. Again, we are not looking at the weather, at least right now, coming from its usual direction from the west. Things were coming from the west. I think we'd be able to dry things out here relatively soon. That's not the case. The rain, the thunderstorms are coming from the south to the north. And what's in North and South Carolina is heading towards the Commonwealth. Looks like we're going to continue to have that chance for some rain and thunderstorms even as we head into tomorrow. Sunday will be another soggy day of it. The one thing I'll say about tomorrow that will be different than today is I don't think the storms are going to pack the punch tomorrow as they are today. We're going to get wet tomorrow, okay? It's going to be a soggy Sunday. However, I don't think the severe weather threat is as high on Sunday as it was today. But you need to know what is in South and North Carolina is heading our way. Notice there are some showers and thunderstorms near Statesville in North Carolina. Those will be inching closer to the New River Valley here over the next couple of hours or so. Right now, it's not so bad in Greensboro, so the middle part of our viewing area may be actually left alone for a little bit. And then we've got more rain in the Piedmont of North Carolina near Raleigh and Durham that are heading to the north, and those showers and thunderstorms may be impacting south side locations here for the next couple of hours as well. All right, this evening, the general trend will be for the showers and the thunderstorms to lessen. You need to know when we cancel this weather authority alert day, we think that will happen at some point in time this evening. That doesn't mean that we're done with the rain. It just means we're done with the worst of the weather, okay? So the rain and thunderstorms are going to lessen for us here as we head throughout the course of the evening. Temperatures are going to remain fairly steady in the low to mid 70s for much of the evening. Your Sunday planner showing that temperatures start out tomorrow likely in the 60s for the most part. Highs tomorrow upper 70s. We will have more rain chances tomorrow. It does look as though we will have some spotty showers early tomorrow morning, then maybe a little break midday tomorrow, only to have more rain and potentially some thunderstorms pushing in as we head into the afternoon and evening hours of Sunday. So it looks like you're going to be a little bit wetter at 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m. tomorrow than you will be at, say, 11 a.m. Okay? May start out tomorrow also with some fog. Very important to note that when you have a day like this where it's humid out there, where you see some heavy rain, you have thunder and lightning, the ground is saturated, that makes for a pretty conducive environment for some fog. So we may have some fog developing here late tonight into tomorrow morning as well. High temperatures tomorrow, upper 70s. Again, I don't think we're as unstable tomorrow as we are today. I don't think we have the severe weather threat tomorrow that we had today. A couple storms could still pack a punch on Sunday, but not that widespread activity that we saw on Saturday. The main threat tomorrow will be the threat for some localized flooding. Okay, you need to know that on Sunday, some heavier downpours are still possible. The ground is already somewhat saturated from the rain we've seen on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, Thursday and Friday, the rain was more scattered in nature. Today, the rain was certainly a little more widespread. But you need to know that the ground is saturated in some areas, and that could allow for us to pick up on more in the way of some localized flooding. Of course, we have that flash flood warning right now for a small sliver of Roanoke County, especially for Montgomery County. May have a couple more to dodge here. And I'm talking about flash flood warnings for about the next 24 to maybe 30 hours or so. Your impact timeline as we look at the week ahead. Through Sunday, plenty of showers, a couple of thunderstorms are certainly going to be mixing in too as we head for the rest of today into tomorrow. You need to know that conditions are going to improve for us here as we head throughout the course of the evening, but the rain is going to pick up again tomorrow. All right, we're going to have more off and on showers, a couple of thunderstorms on Sunday. Then Monday, we dry out. Monday, we see more sunshine. Monday is going to be a calmer day for us. However, by Tuesday into Wednesday, we're going to have more rain chances. A couple more thunderstorms likely pushing in. Hit or miss thunder showers come back into play for us Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. And then by Thursday and Friday of next week, yes, we turn nicer. So it's been pretty hot or pretty humid here for the last several days. It's not nearly as hot as it has been, but the muggies are still here. Temperatures tomorrow are going to cool down. Temperatures do rebound a little bit on Monday and Tuesday, low to mid 80s. But then as we head into Thursday and Friday of next week, temperatures drop into the mid to upper 70s. So we are going to be significantly cooler and less humid as we head into the latter part of the next work week. Okay, so the nicest days next week will likely lie on Thursday and Friday. Monday's not looking too bad. Tuesday, Wednesday is probably your best chance for rain and thunderstorms as we head into next week. If you're just joining us, I'm going to go back to the radar. That's why we're doing this Appcast, is to let you know that it is pouring down rain in some of our backyards. You probably don't need me to tell you that. It's been doing so for the last several hours or so. Areas of Halifax County seeing some very heavy rain extending from Carroll County through Montgomery and Pulaski counties, north into Roanoke, Craig, and also into Allegheny and Botetourt counties, north into Bath counties. Very important to note that these showers and thunderstorms are moving to the north at about 15 to 30 miles per hour. Hillsville getting wet right now. Fancy Gap getting wet right now. Areas in and around, areas like north of Covington. Right along 220 getting wet right now. Portions of Bath County seeing some pretty strong thunderstorms. You're also getting wet in Clifton Forge. You're getting wet along Highway 18 going south from Covington. Again, a whole lot of thunderstorms, a whole lot of lightning showing up here in Allegheny County, an indicator that that is a pretty strong thunderstorm as that is capable of not only heavy rain and thunder and lightning, but potentially also some wind and hail. Notice Roanoke, Elliston, Blacksburg, Simmonsville, Newcastle, Fincastle, Daleville, areas around Radford seeing some heavier downpours, as are folks in and around Parisburg. And of course, we do have this flash flood warning in effect, mainly from Montgomery County until 9 o'clock, a small sliver of Roanoke County as well. This does include Lane Stadium, this includes Blacksburg, this includes Christiansburg, it includes Elliston. It is 3:11 here on Saturday afternoon. Joining me is my good friend Lauren. Lauren, are there any questions that I can answer this afternoon? Yes. Let's show you the big picture. The answer is, yeah, we're not done with the rain and thunderstorms just yet. I do think that conditions will improve this evening, but we're not done yet. You'll notice that the showers and thunderstorms are moving from the south to the north. You'll notice that whatever is happening right now in Halifax County is likely going to be impacting you folks in Charlotte and potentially Campbell counties. What's going on right now in Roanoke and Botetourt counties may be impacting you folks more in Allegheny and Rockbridge counties here over the next hour or so. What's in Allegheny County is likely going to be impacting you folks in Bath and Highland County. So we certainly have some rain and thunderstorms to track here for at least the next probably 3 to 5 hours or so. And you need to look at North Carolina. We've been saying this for days. Keep an eye on the Carolinas. Whatever is going on in the Carolinas is going to be impacting us. And we continue to have some heavier downpours south of Southside and south of the New River Valley. So, areas near VIR where the Blue Ridge Rock Fest is happening right now. Continued chance for rain here for the next couple of hours. Lynchburg, you're probably going to see more showers and thunderstorms as this stuff lifts from North Carolina into the Commonwealth. Also going to see more showers and thunderstorms moving in from the foothills of North Carolina into the New River Valley over the next couple of hours. So we do have, I think, about 3 to 5 more hours worth of some rain and thunderstorms. I would say once we get into the mid-evening hours, I'd say once we get 8, 9 o'clock this evening, the threat for thunderstorms, really heavy rain, strong thunderstorms will likely taper off for us. But that doesn't mean we're done with the rain, okay? It just means that the worst is over. And as soon as the worst is over, we'll end this Weather Authority alert day. But we're going to keep it going here for probably the next 4 to 5 hours or so at least. Any other questions, Lauren? In Rustburg. All right, I'm going to actually come over here and adjust the radar so we can take a gander at Rustburg. Give me 1 second. Rustburg is pretty quiet right now. You need to know that this activity is moving from the south to the north. So the activity right now in South Boston may get a little bit closer to you folks in Rustburg over the course of the next, maybe hour or so. So Rustburg, not seeing a whole lot of wet weather at this point. Maybe a couple of lighter showers in and around the town of Rustburg, but there's certainly more rain to be had south, lifting to the north. So you need to know that for Rustburg, you want to keep an eye on what's going on in Halifax and Pennsylvania counties. Certainly, the rain will likely start to fill back in for you folks in Rustburg over the next 30 to 60 minutes. I'm not so sure you're going to have torrential downpours or any severe weather in Rustburg, but the rain is likely going to be picking back up for you folks in Rustburg, relatively soon. Anything else, Lauren? Rocky Mount. Let's go to Rocky Mount. Let's go to, yeah, Dave, Mark, if you want to If you want to pop me up, you certainly can. Folks, I've got the director talking to me in my ear. I've switched over from, we call it the cube, where I've been doing most of this Appcast, over to here in the weather center, so I can kind of finagle the radar a little bit. Rocky Mountain is not seeing a whole lot right now. And your weather is coming from Henry County, and there's not a whole lot happening in Henry County yet. If you remember what I said 10 minutes ago, maybe 8 minutes ago in this Appcast, looks like certainly the New River Valley and South Side are probably going to see the most amount of rain here for the next little while. Ditto for portions of the Highlands and even the Roanoke Valley. Once this cell right here skedaddles out of Roanoke, what you're seeing right here, once this moves to the north, then what's happening in Franklin County is going to be pushing into Roanoke County. And there's not a whole lot of rain happening in Henry or Franklin County. So even if you're tuning into this right now in Roanoke, your weather will probably start to dry out within about the next 30 minutes or so. Now in Rocky Mount, you have a couple of showers around right now. Martinsville's pretty dry. Look what's going on south of Martinsville towards Eden. There's not a lot happening right there. So certainly looks like our easternmost and westernmost counties may have the worst of the weather. Maybe our northernmost counties too may have the worst of the weather here for the next little while. Rocky Mount, if you want to head to the Walmart in town, if you want to head to Applebee's, go get some food in Rocky Mount, you're fine. It's going to be maybe a couple of sprinkles or light showers, but what's impacting Henry County and eventually down south towards Eden is what's going to be impacting you over the next couple of hours in Rocky Mountains. Relatively quiet right now. It will stay relatively quiet for the next little bit. Anything else, Lauren? No, okay, so I was just going to answer the question as no, but that really doesn't help to answer the question that was given to me. The question was, we're heading to the beach. Is there any way that hurricane turns more into the U.S. and impacts I would assume the Carolina coastline is I'll go with the Carolina coastline. I'm not sure which beach this person who asked the question is going to, but if you're going to the Carolina beaches, you're not going to get rain or wind from this tropical system. You may get some rain and wind from a front, but you're not going to get rain or wind from Lee. The one thing I'll caution you about, beginning tomorrow, along the coastline of the entire U.S., you're going to have rip currents. You're going to have high surf. You're going to have dangerous sea conditions. So if you're going to Myrtle Beach, if you're going to Cape Hatteras, if you're going to Virginia Beach, if you're going to Ocean City, Maryland, you're not going to get rain or wind from Lee. Lee is still a major hurricane. However, you will have dangerous sea conditions in the form of rip currents and high surf, okay? So if you're going to the beach, enjoy the beach, have fun at the beach. I'm not so sure I would go in the ocean to swim because it could be pretty dangerous. And that would be because of the effects of Lee. Again, Lee's going to stay well offshore, not impact the Carolina coastline in the form of any tropical rain or tropical wind, but it could bring some heavy surf. Anything else, Lauren? Yeah, Covington's getting hit, or has been hit and continues to be hit relatively hard. Of course, Covington is right there. Covington, you've been dealing with this mess that is heading towards Bath County. You've got more rain headed your way. So Covington, it's going to be a while before you dry things out. You're going to continue to have that chance for some rain and thunderstorms for the next little bit because what's south is coming right at you. So you'll notice there's Covington at the top of your screen. Newcastle's getting wet, Fincastle's getting wet, all that is heading towards you folks in Covington. So yeah, Covington will continue to have the chance for some rain and thunderstorms for the next little while. Anything else, Lauren? Yeah, that's the $1 million question. It's getting better. It's not as bad in Blacksburg as it has been, but there's still rain. There's still rain. Now, they will play in rain. I don't know, the Notre Dame, North Carolina State Wolfpack game was also delayed due to weather in Raleigh. They've resumed. They were delaying the game because of thunderstorms, okay? They were delaying the game because of lightning. It's still raining in Raleigh, and the rain, you can see it on the TV, that it is still at least showering out across Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh. So they're playing that game in the rain. I would assume that the game in Blacksburg will resume soon because the threat for lightning has decreased. It's going to be really soggy. It's going to be really wet. But at least the threat for lightning has decreased. So, I'm not the judge of when that game should start. But if they're worried about lightning, there's not a whole lot of lightning in and around Blacksburg right now, and even to the south, although there's some rain. Let me just turn off this. You know there's a flash flood warning. Even though there's rain going on right now, and there's still rain south of Montgomery County, potentially impacting Blacksburg over the next hour or so, there's no lightning involved in that right now, and that's good. So my best guess is the game will get underway relatively soon. It's going to be wet, but not necessarily having a lot of lightning to get that with. Anything else, Lauren? Will Hurricane Lee make landfall or impact us here next week? Was that the question? Yeah, Lee is not going to impact us here. Lee will have no impact. This, excuse me, this has everything to do with a stalled out front and a low pressure system. This has nothing to do with the tropical system, what you're seeing outside right now. And Lee is not going to impact us. Lee is not going to impact Southwest Central or Southside Virginia. Closest impact that Lee is going to have to our area will be in the form of rip currents and high surf along the Carolina coastline and Virginia Beach coastline too. Anything else, Lauren? Perfect. Current time is 3:21. We'll be back here. We've got a newscast coming on at 6 o'clock. We'll see you then. Obviously, if we deal with a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings and or flash flood warnings, we'll do another one of these Appcasts just to bring you up to date and let you know what's going on. But for now, we'll plan on seeing you guys in about 2.5 hours from now at the top of the 6 o'clock hour for our 6 o'clock newscast. Stay safe out there. If you see a flooded road, don't drive through it. National Weather Service's motto has to do with flooding for a reason, and their motto at the National Weather Service is if you see a flooded road, turn around, don't drown. Okay, we will continue to deal with the threat for some localized flooding here until these showers and thunderstorms at the very least weaken considerably, but we may be concerned again with the threat for some localized flooding as we head into the day tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on certainly the river levels. We'll keep an eye on the ground saturation, and just know that we'll be here alongside you for the entirety of these showers and thunderstorms moving through Southwest Central and Southside Virginia. Thank you for watching, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your Saturday.